What's up everybody, it's Sean here and I'm here today to give you guys a review of the Supreme collaboration with Nike on the Shox Ride 2 SP in this white and red colorway. Today's video was brought to you by Heffelux. Heffelux is my all-time favorite sneaker insoles, and they sell eTPU insoles, which essentially is the same material you'll find in Adidas Boost. So if you're looking to add some additional comfort inside your shoes, be sure to check out their website, which I've linked down below in the description box. You'll see they sell a variety of different insoles, so depending on the type of insole density and the cushioning setup you're looking for, you're going to find there's a suitable pair for anyone. So I've been a paying customer of Heffelux for years now, and to me, I personally find them to be extremely comfortable. So if you guys want to check them out and try a pair for yourself, be sure to use the code SEANGO at checkout and get 15% off your entire purchase. So this is the latest collaboration between Supreme and Nike, and I gotta say this is a very unexpected and very random silhouette to choose. So these drop back on June 23rd alongside a black colorway, a red one, and an olive pair as well. All four pairs retailing for a price of $188 US, which is the equivalent to roughly 250 Canadian dollars. And the official colorway for this pair is white, gray fog, and flat platinum. Before we go on any further, here's a quick look at the box. So this comes in a black-based cardboard box. We have Nike branding on the top done in this glossy finish, and then on the side of the box we have, of course, the iconic Supreme box logo. As for the shoe itself, so the Nike Shox Ride 2 was originally released back in 2004. This was a running silhouette that probably didn't get too much press because I honestly couldn't find too much about this silhouette at all. However, Nike Shox technology, which we all probably know, debuted in the early 2000s and it was very popular throughout the early to mid 2000s. But I think over the years we've come to realize that Shox is probably not the most ideal and not the most effective cushioning setup, so it's honestly a technology that we don't see too often anymore, unless we're talking about retro releases like this one. So diving straight into the details, the base layer of the shoe, for the most part, this is covered in this white colored mesh material. In the middle we have this embroidered red swoosh, and overlaid on either side and covering the eyelets of the shoe as well, we have this very soft white colored leather. You'll see that the top three eyelets are covered in this white colored plastic circular finish, and then covering the mid panel of the shoe, overlaid on top of the mesh, we have these TPU overlays including the Nike swoosh, which gives you added structure and support for the sides of the shoe. And then surrounding the front toe cap, we have this gray colored nubuck, and you can see that same nubuck flows down the sides of the shoe, running from heel to toe. Underneath this, we have more of this exposed mesh, which in this case is done in more of a gray colored finish, and we have these white colored TPU overlays on top. Surrounding the heel, embroidered on the bottom, we have another red colored swoosh, and then we have gray colored leather overlays on the side, revealing slits throughout which have reflective 3M underneath it. And then the top of the heel is covered in that very soft white leather. It also has these perforations on either side, along with the circular cutout in the middle, revealing this red and white colored Shox branding. As for the laces, so these come with two different lace options. The default lace is an oval shaped white colored lace, which has Supreme branding on the lace tips, but if you're not feeling the white laces, they also give you a secondary pair of gray colored flat laces as well. Underneath this, the tongue is primarily constructed out of that same white colored mesh. We have this nubuck overlay running down the center, and on top of this we have this red colored rubberized overlay with Supreme branding running down the center, along with the Shox logo at the very top. And then as we take a look at the insoles, these come with their standard foam line insole. It's finished with a red colored textile on top, and we have both Supreme and the Shox logo on the heel. And hanging off the shoe, this comes with a plastic hang tag as well, once again with Supreme and Nike Shox co-branding. So the upper of the Shox Ride 2 sits atop this gray colored foam midsole, and encased within the foam on the forefoot, you'll see we have these two windows exposing the Nike airsole unit for cushioning. And on the heel, of course, we have this hard TPU layer, and underneath this we have the Nike Shox technology, which is painted in red, and it incorporates Supreme's logo as well. So Nike Shox is basically a hollow polyurethane foam, and this is meant to help for impact protection and shock absorption. And then finally, turning the shoe over to the bottom, the outsole here is constructed out of a combination of gray and red colored rubber. We have this circular traction pattern on the forefoot, and on the heel we have this visible TPU with Nike Shox branding. So that breaks down the look and the construction of the Supreme Nike Shox Ride 2. And for those wondering about sizing, so overall this shoe does fit true to size, so that's what I would recommend. So I'm a true size 10, slightly on the wider side. That's what I wear for a lot of Nike models, like for example, a lot of my Air Jordans, recent Air Max 90s and Air Max 1s, and most of my non-SB Nike Dunks as well. So whatever size you normally wear, I'd stick with that same size for this silhouette and it should fit fine. Next up, in terms of the comfort, so this shoe feels very interesting and very unique on foot. Nike Shox is kind of a weird technology, and as you can see the shape of the shoe, the heel is much more elevated compared to the forefoot. So as a result of this, when you're wearing these, it kind of feels like you're naturally leaning forwards. And to add to that, the Shox technology, it feels a lot stiffer compared to the forefoot, so it doesn't have the most uniform sort of feeling on foot. You can really feel the distinction between the heel versus the forefoot, which is something I didn't love. But once you kind of get used to that sensation, I'd say that the comfort overall isn't that bad. But one of the pros of having Nike Shox is that this heel portion, it feels very stable, almost like your heel is sitting directly on top of a platform. So it just might be one of those things that you either love it or you hate it. Last but not least, in terms of the overall quality and craftsmanship. So first off, material quality, I thought it was solid. The leathers had a nice soft feel to it. The nubucks also felt pretty good as well. So I really had no complaints from a material quality standpoint. But there were some issues with the overall build and craftsmanship. My pair had a ton of glue stains throughout, and I noticed that it was especially messy around the midsole area. And even some portions of the foam midsole, it looked a little bit dirty straight out of the box. So I don't know if this is just some inconsistencies with the quality from the factory, or I don't know what's going on, but it was definitely noticeable. So with all that out of the way now, let me lace these up and I'll show you guys how these look on feet. As I mentioned from the start, this is a very unexpected and sort of random silhouette to choose coming from Supreme and Nike. But I didn't expect to actually like these, but to my surprise, the more I see them, and especially once I got them in hand, I started to really appreciate it a lot more. I think especially this white and red colorway, this one really stands out the most in my opinion, and it really shows off the flair of the Supreme branding, which is visible of course on the heels. But with Drake's Nocta release along with this one as well, are we seeing a comeback of early 2000s running silhouettes? Or are you not a fan of these silhouettes, making this an easy pass for you? Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think, and of all the colorways that released, which one was your favorite? If you guys like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. You can follow me on Instagram at esco8, check me out on Twitter at sean.go, and visit my website as well at seango.ca. So until next time, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review and hopefully it helped you in some way. And I'll catch you guys all in the next one.